This game could be fun to review. Hopefully I won't be interrupted this time now that that ninja's gone. Should be a nice... fun. What's that all about? Oh my god. Look, I'm sorry for all of the misunderstandings last time, but I'm really not in the mood to fight today. So can we please just save this for another time?
Wait, I bring a message.
Formally invited to the Wilder Ninja Fighting Clan tournament. Entrance will take place on... Yeah, sorry man, I just don't have time for this. I've got too much stuff going on.
So I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to get you to leave.
Koshinuke.
Oh my, 今なんすった
だから腰抜けてってんだよ。腰抜けが。てめえ。
Why does he always do that? I don't have time for this. I've got a review to make.
Aces Wild. What more could you want from a name? Manic brawling action? Oh, don't worry, we got you covered. Aces Wild was released for Windows on August 8, 2013, and was created by Culture Attack Studios, an indie company headed by Tyler Doak. A frantic, wild love letter to the beat-em-up genre, the game is the studio's first full release.
So, will the mystery contender be able to punch their way to the top? Or will they be beaten up in a back alley? Let's step into the ring for Aces Wild.
So after the standard splash screens, the first thing we're greeted with when starting up the game is the story. There's an island, ninja clans have inhabited the island for years, and a tournament is held every few years to dictate the control of the land. The heir to the reigning champion family has made a deal with the other combatants to split the pot and share the land. The other heir, Ace, thinks this is for wusses and decides to be a total arse and go for the title himself. Our protagonist, ladies and gentlemen! So jumping into the game, we have 3 modes: Arcade, Boss Rush, and Tutorial. After a quick tutorial, I went into the Arcade mode. All of your moves are available from the start: jumping, dashing, dodging, rush attacks and crash attacks, and panic, which I'll explain later. Jumping is fairly basic, generally acting as a starting point before transitioning into a more powerful dash, which can be performed in any direction, or without any directional input to perform a homing dash. Dodging allows you to move slightly in any direction, whilst phasing through any attacks that come your way. Rush attacks are as the name implies, a series of speedy attacks performed by mashing the rush button. Performing rush attacks successfully on enemies fills up your wild meter in the top of the screen. This wild energy is then used to power crash attacks, smash attacks that deal large amounts of damage, with the strength of the attack depending on how much wild meter you cash in when performing them. Simple, right? The more wild you build up without cashing in, the more powerful your character's attacks become, indicated by the intensity of the trail that follows your character. But this boost is a double-edged sword. The higher the gauge, the more the difficulty increases, and the more damage enemies do. Do you keep the meter full and blast your way through these enemies, or spend it all in one desperate shot to try and take the edge off? Alternatively, if your wild gauge is full enough, you can press the panic button, which activates a blast in a radius around your character, knocking enemies away and cashing in all of your wild meter to replenish your health. This does, however, reset your score, so if you're a score freak, the challenge is to try and make it through the level, keeping your wild bar, and the intensity, as high as you can. Although the controls can be a little bit slippery. Because of the full 360 degrees varial movement in combat, it can take a while to get adjusted to the fast pace. The amount of times I've missed fully charged crash attacks because of the slippery motion is ridiculous. And when enemies are bouncing around all over the place, there isn't quite enough precision to feel fully in control. The enemies come in fantastic variety, from basic grunts to stealthy backstabbers, heavy brawlers, cleavers, and gunners. And with such a wide range of attacks, no matter the numbers, you'll always need to be on your guard to avoid them. And the bosses are some of the most creative and unusual I've seen in a long time. I mean, seriously, an umbrella-wielding samurai girl, an aerial fight over a speeding truck, and a dog that kills you with exploding piss? Aww, he's adorable. Although I wish he'd stop peeing on my leg. But although I make fun of them, the boss fights are awesome. Long epic battles that stay at a consistently high-speed pace, forcing you to permanently stay on your toes. Slip up for just a second and you'll have to start all over again. The game also offers drop-in drop-out co-op, which can be a blast with a friend, but this comes with a few problems. Unlike in single player, where the camera follows your character, in two-player the game's camera moves not to accommodate the two players, but every character on screen. Although having two players does make the game much easier. If one of you dies, the other needs only survive for a short amount of time before you can respawn off of them. I have to admit, I actually needed to do this a few times when playing, and we were playing on the easiest of 5 difficulty settings. I mean, I consider myself to be a fairly seasoned gamer, but this game is just plain cruel for difficulty.
Then again. Just another inescapable reminder that all of our achievements, everything we strive to do, are just rendered invalid by our short, pitiful mortality. I'm hungry, I'm gonna get a Snickers.
But I can't say it's not pretty to look at. Just look at it! Everything is so bright and animated, there's so much character to it. The special effects and blasts are pretty awe-inspiring, although sometimes they are a little bit too obnoxious, particularly when there's a lot going on screen. And the sound. Oh my god, the sound.
Wow.
I can't stress enough how much I love this game's soundtrack. It's just got so much energy and perfectly complements the graphics and gameplay. Props to James Landino for an absolutely fantastic job. So overall, I heartily recommend Ace is Wild. It's a little on the short side with only 7 levels, and the difficulty is extremely unforgiving at points, but the intense gameplay, punchy graphics, sweet sound, and fantastically vibrant characters all mix together to create a real Ace title. Hey there you, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to follow us on Facebook or Twitter, where we post new videos and other news from time to time. Until next time though, this is D-Pad Jockey, logging out.